Aha! Now you not done here. All these bad politicians, then we call themselves politicians. When they thief. Maiyegun la wa mo la mo do. Maiyegun la yari, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun la wa mo la mo do. Maiyegun la yari, Maiyegun number one.
Thank you very much for joining me. Good evening to you, good morning to you, good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. And this is Maiyegun Live. Please share the broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. I've got a lot again to share with you tonight. And at the same time, there is possibility of us taking calls. So let me know how this looks on your screen, the sound and my voice as well. Thank you. Thank you very much. If you can at least share the broadcast, invite your friends and invite your not so friendly friends. Tell them that Maiyegun is live. Somebody, you know, it is election season. I have told you this again and again, and you should never be caught off guard in most of the dramas that are going to play out. And as they say popularly, you should never lose focus. Yes, the journey is self-determination for the people of Yoruba land, self-determination for the people of Biafra, self-determination for the indigenous people of Nigeria of today to decide if they want to still be part of Nigeria or not. Something they called inalienable right of yours. It is your human right. Nigeria is tilting towards that stage. But this is election season, and do not get caught off guard. When they came in 2015, I'm talking about APC, Egbekegbe. We knew that they were going to be the calamity that the generations yet unborn will have to deal with. But it didn't make much sense to much people then. It is now. But the journey to making that mistake is about, repeating that same mistake is about to start. And it is also our duty, like we did before Bokwari came on, before APC, Egbekegbe turned around everything and divided Nigeria and Nigerians along ethnic, religion, and what have you lines. Today, the same mistake is about to be made, and somebody threw a question. In fact, it was actually like a threat to Peter Obi. You have seen so many people who have been showing interest. And like I did say, or I used to say, is that the criminals that put you in the same problem, they know what they were doing. And indeed, they are going to present themselves as your saviors, alternatives in 2023, or whenever you have another revalidation period that you call the election most of the time. And that is exactly what is happening now. You have seen Tifnumbu, you have seen Atifku. Atifku hasn't declared, but he's already got his guys moving about. You have seen Saraki, you have seen Oji Uzokalu, Umayi declared. Who else there? Oshimbade has his own agents moving about. Look at all these characters. So somebody now threw it at Peter Obi, right? And he said, you need to declare too and run. But before I even get to that particular, that special part of this conversation, right? we know that when these guys came in 2015, right, their job was was pretty much lined out. Nigeria is not one. We are the owners of Nigeria. And when we take over, I mean, all we need is just an ally from any of these ethnic nationalities in Nigeria. The Igbos are no. Whatever we do with them will just be on the surface. That is the agenda of these guys who came in, and I have a record of that. So they parley with Tifnumbu, whatever they promised him, including what he is probably building on today. They parleyed with him to gain that power to unleash what they have unleashed on Nigeria so far. The Boko Haram team. So the point there is that they finally made us realize that Nigeria was never one. Nigeria is not one, and Nigeria can never be one. And this unwritten code against a section of that country that wanted to, that remain forcefully, or that they are doing everything to forcefully keep together, right? Every day it's obvious that it is not one, right? And the people who brought this upon us are the same characters who will never, allow they would never allow an Igbo president in Nigeria. Take that to bed. They will never, for any reason, allow an Igbo man to dominate them for any regard. I don't know why that, but it's obvious that some of them, they have this personal animosity, and the only way, according to them, to curtail the Igbos is to keep Nigeria as it is, and at the same time continue to cut them off. I didn't make this up. Something happened in 2015 when Boko Haram gained power. This is a reminder for those of you who probably know this as well. It is a reminder. Please take a listen.
Alaji, congratulations.
Thank you very much, Kule. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Honestly, I accept your congratulations, even though I'm PDP. Because you remember one time when the fighting in Borno, when our people were being killed left and right. Then
What is it, Alaji?
I said, do you remember one time when our people were being killed in Borno State, left and right, Bauchi, Gombe, everywhere in the north?
Of course.
I remember you were saying that was there any Southerner among us? We were the one killing ourselves. I always remember this statement, Mr. Kule. But look at this today now. Today our brother is in charge, and I'm sure he made it clear to the world. The first thing he said was that he was moving the command of Nigerian army to Maiduguri until when Boko Haram is over. So if not your brother as the president, who will do it for you? But we could have done it to anybody in Nigeria. But you can see that some people refuse to do it for us. So really, today I understand why we have to have the presidency, honestly.
No,
it's like that, Kule. Kule is like that. Because how can anybody convince us that some miscreants cannot be dealt with by Nigerian army? Why can't we believe it was deliberately left? Even if there is no involvement of government hand in it, why can't we believe that it was deliberate? Let them kill themselves. Well, it has come out even very clear, because it was at a point in our campaign, they were saying that by the killings of Boko Haram, there will be no population again. In fact, let me tell you why the North insisted that Jonathan has to go, because we had the plan that if Jonathan continues, the same problem will happen in Kano, the same problem will happen in Sokoto, the same problem will happen in Jos and Ebro until when our population is depleted. No. We have had a wonderful experience, honestly.
In order to avoid the problem, that's why I said the people.
So whether he accepted or not, the North was clear voting now. What could he have done?
You remember what Babangida did for us?
Babangida, you see, what happened was, even when Babangida did it, you understand? Do you get me? The bulk of the population that voted was from the North. And Rimi said it. Since Babangida was in Abuja, Governor Rimi of Kano State, then, former governor of Kano State, he said, if there's Siwa in Abiola in Lagos, Abiola Babangida will have said it is Yoruba that did it. So Abiola should fly to Kano, they will swear him as president, and they'll stand their ground. Before we know, they rallied around Abiola, they said, don't go to North, if you go, they will kill you. Nobody saw happen. Do you understand?
No.
So, but I'm coming now. So Babangida got the...
Abacha that incarcerated him for many years, Alaji.
I'm coming now. I'm coming. Before we are talking about the cancellation now, the cancellation of the elections. And two, didn't you not see that even from the West, there were people who supported there are big men who joined in the cancellation of the elections. But whatever it is, at that time, it was nobody was killing the Yorubas left and right. Babangida was virtually betraying everybody. And today, have you not seen him on TV? Have you not seen how he was looking? Is God not wonderful? Did you not see Babangida? Even though I have promised as from today, so long as he's my brother from the north, even if he's eating everybody in Nigeria fresh, you come out with Nigerian man leg eating, I will not say it's bad again. Because I have learned how to support my people from what I have seen with Igbos and some people in Nigeria with Jonathan.
Man, you must thank God for Yoruba. Yoruba supported by otherwise we don't have come.
No, I'm coming, please. I'm coming. Let me tell you one part. I'm coming. Listen to me, Kule. A section of Yoruba supported Buhari. Listen to me, please. Let us make this thing clear. You understand? We are all politicians.
Yes.
The Tinibus, since 1960s, since the Oyibo left the country, Yoruba was told one word. We are first Yorubas. You are first Yoruba before you are a Muslim, you are a Christian or Nigerian.
Yes.
So or not so?
Yeah, you are right.
Abi? Okay.
Yes, you are right,
Now, all along, a Yoruba man, whoever he is, whether Muslim or Christian, preferred anybody in this house to rule him than a Hausa man from the north. That's the truth about it. So, fortunately, I'm coming, sir. Let me learn. Fortunately, the center is controlled by non-Muslim, non-Northerners. Are you getting me? And Jonathan, fortunately for the North, Jonathan decided to use religion and slice the Yorubas to the extent, for the first time, Yorubas were divided religiously. To the extent Muslims, Yorubas stood their ground and said they were not supporting Jonathan. They even refused to attend the meetings of the Jonathan. The papers are there, their statements are there in the papers. So or not so, sir?
No, I like this.
Read it, it's there. That's the truth. It's there. Even when he went, there were some few Muslim leaders who met Jonathan. The Supreme Council of Islam of Western Nigeria or Yoruba land came out clearly and said no, they disagreed. Do you get me? We know the population of Yoruba, close to 80%, or let's say close to 60% are Muslim. This man constituted a national conference. This is the Yorubas that were saying it. We read it and we had them saying it.
Yes.
So that succeeded in dividing the Yoruba themselves. Now, two, the humiliation, whatever they did to us, our own was that let them kill us and reduce our population. But at least they still know that we are significant politically and they allowed us to maintain some position. But in the case of Yorubas, they were sliced out of the whole system. So or not so? That was how Tinubu and
the issue of Boko Haram, if we have to talk about Boko Haram, it's not from the south now.
I am coming now. Let me forget about Boko Haram now. We brought about the Yoruba politics. Now, Tinubu and the Yorubas generally carried what happened to them and went to Kaduna and met them in Kaduna and begged them that we have to put our head together. Look, sir, let me tell you the truth and find out. At a point, the Yoruba, being humiliated under Jonathan, were even considering to cut off and put their Oduduwa Republic. But they realized if they do that, the Igbos were completely in charge of finance, civil service, security, and everything. If they dare do that,
now East and the North, they enjoy
exactly. I'm coming now. The Yorubas now.
It didn't benefit at all.
I'm coming, yes. The Yoruba, at a point, the Yoruba intelligence, at a point, realized that if they cut off, the Igbos will finish them. If they stay as it is and Igbo continue ruling, they will be completely finished. Before Jonathan, significant part of the economy, who are the accountants are Yorubas, who are the judiciary and lawyers are Yorubas, who are the civil service are Yorubas. Today you can't find any one of them. So or not so? So that's why the Yorubas say, even if we want to leave this country, we must get this power out of the hand of the Igbos and reposition ourselves.
The Northerners really benefited from that Jonathan too much, Alaji.
Hey,
we have the calculations of the government.
We agree. What can he do? He must now. He must. He wouldn't do to us that. He must. He knows that we can do it. He must deal with us. So that was why the Yoruba said no. Whatever it is. So, but what I assure you,
let's keep on praying for President Buhari.
Oga, we have learned our lesson.
We have been in our area here now. They be praying for him.
We have learned our lesson. Kule.
We pray for the prophet because
and even
our success.
No, to tell you the truth, the North, the northern people, notwithstanding the presidency, honestly, the trust at least of the Southeast is finished. And I assure you too, in Yoruba land, listen to me. I am coming. I am coming.
Really helped Northerners in 1979.
I am coming, please.
They helped Shagari.
Listen to me. Not that they help themselves, gentlemen, please. We don't need anybody in this country. They help themselves. Let me ask you a question, sir. Let me ask you a question. Between cars, industries, and human beings, who are more in number?
I did not Northerners now.
Not number. I'm not talking of population. I'm talking of economy now. I'm talking of cars, the motors that we drive.
Yes.
And industries that we have.
Yes.
If you put them on one part and you put human being on the other part, who are more in number?
Cars are more.
Cars are more than human beings?
Human being.
Good. Two, if you put fuel and food by the side, which one is consumed more?
It's food now.
Good. And we have food. So Igbos are actually helping themselves. Let me tell you, even in Yoruba land, let me tell you what they will do to Igbo this time. What Oba of Lagos said that we are pushing them to the ocean. Most of these markets that are banning in Lagos, look at it, they are Igbo-dominated markets. You get me? In fact, some Yorubas were telling me when I was in Lagos last weekend that it is we, the Northerners, when we are in charge of Lagos as federal capital, that open room for Igbos to come and dominate them. And it's over now. And it's over. All the businesses Igbos are doing, we are going to bring it and do it. Do you get me? Fashola for the past 5 years have refused to approve any industry, especially pharmaceutical, to Igbo people.
It's a long read, isn't it? I mean, it's a long audio, isn't it? Thank you. There is other part to it, too. I'm going to share that. But you listen to the audio. That was the beginning of APC government, their agenda, their policy, their, their legacy, their aim and goal was to do everything to curtail the Igbos. Forgetting the fact that when they make policies as government, it affects millions. He said they have food, but yet we can see hunger right there in the northern Nigeria. That guy speaking then was a governor about to become senator in 2015. He was the governor of Borno State. That Borno State today, the current governor there just recently shared this, even though it's like hard truth to admit that 2 local government areas in that Borno State is now in the hands of terrorists. He was bragging from the beginning. They got the power. They were going to deal with the Igbos. They were going to pity the Yorubas. The Yorubas had no say. They had nothing in PDP government of Jonathan. Forgetting the fact that it was Tifnumbu and gang who decided to elect Tambua of PDP from Sokoto when PDP said they wanted this Honorable Akonde, this woman from Oshun. You remember that story, right? So he said the Yorubas they were angry, and the Fulani Hausa North, they were also angry because Jonathan was killing them using the Boko Haram, and that if they didn't stop him, what is happening in Borno State is going to happen in Sokoto, it's going to happen in Kano, it's going to happen all over the places. Now they got the power. 7 years down the line, the worst has happened. Not just in Borno, it has now extended to Sokoto, Kano, Niger, Adamawa, Benue, Plateau, Yobe, Taraba, Kebbi, Zamfara, where else again? Then down south, oh boy, Kwara, Oyo, Ogun, Ondo, Lagos, Ekiti start going upward, Edo, Delta, Abia, Anambra, or everywhere is now enveloped by the terrorists from the Sahel, worse than the Boko Haram after these criminals took over, because they focused their attention not in building a country, but dominating agenda that serves only the elite, even their people that they said were being killed by a southern and another thing, right? Do you know that when Goodluck Egbere Jolantan was there, these guys, they called him an Igbo man. And the reason why they unleashed every terror on Nigeria around that time, including sacrificing their own people, was because, how did this Igbo man sneak in and gain power? We will not let him do that again. So they dealt with Goodluck Jonathan because they generally believe that he is Igbo. I want to come put Azikiwe for his name. Well, it didn't end there. Maybe if you still have the time, listen to the second part of what Shetima said to Amosun.
Alaji, congratulations.
Thank you very much. It was Rocha State, Imo State, that they started saying that Hausa people must have ID card to live in that state.
Yes.
Can you hear me? They say Hausa people must have ID card to live in state.
Yes.
Until when we mobilize our people here and say, okay, in that case, all Southerners must live north. Then Jonathan now realized that there was something going on. You say, no, these things have to stop. So are we mad? Do you get me? Count every 5 shops in this north. 4 shops are owned by Igbos. What is Igbo's contribution in the economy? It's not trade, and fraudulent trade for that matter, including you. Igbo have cheated you, unless if you are not buying spare parts and tires and medicine. So or not so?
It's so allergic.
Do you get me? Yet we accommodated them. Is it going to Dubai to bring tech drugs that we cannot do it? Now the plan is drugs now. No Igbo man will again sell drugs in this north. We are going to bring it from Kano. Drugs are brought by air. They are going to open massive coolers, rooms in Kano and import it all north, and maybe whatever want to buy, come and buy from Kano. No Igbo will sell drugs again. We are tired of all this nonsense. We know how to control our places the way they control their own. What we are saying is that we are all Nigerians, but we are going to learn what they are doing in Southeast and do it in the North too. Simple. Yes. We don't have ancestors, but if Buhari today, as president of this country, want to buy land in the East, he will go and negotiate everything. Tomorrow the chiefs will come and tell him that ancestors made them yesterday night and said they should not sell the land for them. So we don't have ancestors, or we are betraying ourselves. We now, our ancestors have told us that we have been careless. That's why we suffered for the past 6 years. We have to wake up now. It's a very serious thing.
Move forward.
No. We cannot, sir. The society is already adulterated. That's why, to be honest to you, let me tell you, to be honest to you, we never wanted Buhari in this law, so we wanted Konkoso.
Yes.
We want,
that's what I'm saying.
If it is Konkoso,
the primary, Konkoso will have defeated Buhari.
Listen to me. Hey, you know the Tinibus and Co prefer Buhari because they can.
He really tried.
Can you hear me? Because Konkoso will have solved this north-south problem for us within 6 months. In Kano, Konkoso gathered all the Igbos and told them that all these drugs that he closed all those fake drugs they are selling in Kano. They know him now. So that's why we wanted Konkoso to be the district. Igbos met in Abuja and warned us after the election that they were the ones in charge of 75% of Abuja is their own. They should be given minister of. Can you imagine? Negotiate and say this is the governor they want with their rulers, everything. Igbo say no, he cannot be governor. Haba. In somebody's land. Habakule. The arrogance is too much. So 10 years ago I have warned it. I said the Igbos are building nation within our nation. They will engage us within our nation and reinforce from their nation. That is exactly what we saw during the tenure of Jonathan. Immediately we voted Jonathan. What we did to Jonathan in this north, Igbos in the north, their chiefs, gathered and came to Aso Villa. To the glare of everybody on TV, they say it was nobody that voted Jonathan, but the Igbos were the ones who voted him. Did you not hear that one? Did you not read it? In our own land, Igbo say we didn't vote Jonathan. It was they that voted Jonathan. 2, before elections again, they gathered themselves and came and met Jonathan. I met in Abuja and said that they are directing all Igbos in the north must vote Jonathan. We don't mind. We don't mind. Let them vote anybody. But can you do that in the southeast? They stop us from even voting. Let me answer this. Amina alaikum salam.
Alaji.
Ingone.
We call in the night.
Hello?
Thank you.
Can you hear me? In the southeast, all houses in the southeast were prevented from voting. Find out. Yes, find out. But yet in our own land, they will stand and say that it is their problem that forced above Lagos to say that if they try to frustrate the decision of the Yorubas, they will send them to ocean. And I'm telling you, after 4 years, at least not we are liberal, but in the southwest, after 4 years, Igbos can never be useful, relevant again in the southeast. Whether in fact, the plan of APC is that they are going to make alliance of northwest economic development. The west has the ocean. Can you hear me?
Yes.
The north has agricultural produce.
Yes.
So what they are going to do, the government is going to develop all the agricultural and mineral resources in the north. And then they will put primary industries here. And then go and export, finally finish them in Lagos or Southwest and export them and bring back the money and share it between the two regions. Let them bring their oil. This is the plan on ground.
Let's just pray for success of the General Barry. For that, his success is our success. For that, we can benefit better.
It's true.
That's our prayer now. That's our prayer here. Everybody is praying for his success for that. If he's successful, everybody is successful.
God help us.
No,
but not to the extent of living the way we are. Our prayer now is that may God remove the influence of the Southeast in our region. That's all what we are praying left and right now. I'm telling you.
I like you, okay.
No. The Boko Haram, these people are catch red-handed with bombs. Who are supplying the weapons? Who killed General Shua? They think we don't know. They were saying that they were revenging what they did to them in Biafra. Biafra was a war, it was a state war, trying to bring them back to the nation. No, be so? Do you get me? Some useless idiots started Boko Haram, but there was hand. Don't worry, investigation will reveal everything now. Don't worry. We were just exercising patience, looking at what is happening. That is typical Northern. That's how we are. Just look at what is happening. But we drew a line. 2014, 2015 they call it. It is the end of it. Whether anybody wins or don't win is okay. That was our decision, honestly. And they met in Enugu and listen to me. They met and saw it that in the event of cutting it, why will they put their people? That's why the man has to surrender now. Let him. In fact, some of us preferred him to have been resistant, so that we redefine this country. I'm telling you.
A lot of casualty will be many.
Nothing like killing. Let everybody go his way. Ha! Is it not rain that is falling in the north now? We have the food. What is oil? Look at Niger. Rano is still selling oil. He's bringing it from Niger. What is the big deal? It is when they met and saw the danger of any attempt. That was how they surrendered. But honestly, we are.
Right. I bet some of you who have actually heard that audio before now and hearing it again, you can feel the chill in your own bones. You can feel the chill of what? But I actually would prefer if you paid attention to the key words of what he was saying. So when you come on Maiyegun's diary Politico, right? And you think, why is it that Maiyegun is not here appealing to you or saying things that can keep Nigeria together as one? Why can't you just do that, Maiyegun? People will listen to you, give us you know what I mean? The reason why I won't do that is because doing that means I am lying to you. I am giving you false hope, building castle in the air for you. When you look at the players, the characters in Nigerian politics and the political spaces, right? When you look at them and everything, including those who are not even in the same political party, right? When you look at what they are doing, if you pay attention very well, no matter what they tell you they are doing, okay? If you pay attention very well, you realize that what they are really doing and what you are witnessing out there is the reflection of exactly what they are doing. You might be wondering, why is all this problem? Why are we having all this? Why can't government do this and that? Why can't they bring us together? Politicians are powerful when you are divided. Believing that you can come together in the name of one Nigeria to fight them is totally impossible. People have tried it. And that is why the only thing they are afraid of, they are more scared of, is a group of, a generation rising one day and bringing an end to this establishment that give them that power. These guys don't really see Nigeria as one country. They don't. You may be seeing Nigeria, or you might want to see Nigeria as a country. Why can't Nigeria be a country? I mean, we look good together. When the Super Eagles are playing, we all seem to agree. Oh, you would love to be a Nigerian. Oh, when somebody wins an award, musical award. Oh, when Nigerian music. Oh, Wizkid. Oh, Wizkid is from Nigeria. Oh, you would love to be a Nigerian when you are at a Wizkid, their concert, Davido concert, all these beautiful places where you'll be like, oh man, I feel good like a Nigerian. Then when you come out of all those bubbles, then you face the real Nigeria. The real Nigeria that the criminals in power really derives their powers from. That one is not for you. And if you think you can change that by using I love you, this and that, you are deceiving yourself. There is no one Nigeria. There will never be one Nigeria. That is why those who decided for independence, right, they went for the best they could come up with then. You have over 250 nationalities in Nigeria who make up that country today, okay? People said we should stop using tribes just because tribes is like a description given by the colonialist for people who have been defeated, tribes of men defeated under colonialism. That was where the word tribe came from. But we are nationalities of over 250 in that contraption put together. But they were able to come up with 3 that people were able to identify with. The West, populated by the Yorubas and many other nationalities. The East, populated by the Igbos and other nationalities. The Midwest, populated by the people of Benue and what have you, Tifis and other nationalities. The up north. You know what I'm trying to say here, right? So they got independence by that template, which means respect yourself. Make I respect myself. There was no one Nigeria. Even our own forebearers went for 3 nations forming one country. So, if you are now sitting down there and trying to understand why Maiyegun's concept is that if we respect ourselves, we will not be championing for one forceful, undefined country whereby there is an unwritten code that an Igbo man would never be president of Nigeria. Yet, it is meant to be one country. Meanwhile, I have been told that there is nowhere in Nigerian record that the Igbos, they signed off that they will be second-class citizens in Nigeria, even after the genocidal war of Nigeria, 1967 to 1970. The contextualization of what I'm painting to you right now is this. When I tell you Nigeria is not one, if you love the country, if you love the people, break it up and save lives. saving lives means you see this agenda of we will deal with this, we will destroy these people economically. They did destroy them economically. He said briefly, what else does the Igbos contribute to Nigeria other than trade? Nigeria programmed the Eastern Nigeria to be a complete economic disaster deliberately. They put your ports right there in Lagos, denying the opportunity to the millions of people from that region to develop economically a big commerce that can take his own life. I mean, can have his own life on his own and give lives to millions of young people who are there trapped, just like many of you are also trapped in the contraption called Nigeria deliberately. Don't be saying now only Lagos get water. So they build on that. So now somebody now asked Peter Obi. Peter Obi was governor of Anambra State. He was one of the celebrated governors in this your fourth republic or wherever you, yeah, Fourth Republic. So he's one of those. And when you talk about put people on the table, take sentiment apart, and at least if you have a choice that you can go out there and vote, and your vote will indeed count, which it won't, forget about that, by the way, right? Even everything you want to put into it. Peter Obi just came, was like, you know what, guys, you need to calm down. Do not overrun your own shadow. This is Nigeria. I love the fact that some of you are somehow enthusiastic and all that about this election. He's been part of it. He knows the general conception. I mean, the should I call it misconception? Okay, general conception or perception, rather. General perception of the individual Igbo when it comes to politics or leadership in northern Nigeria. You heard Shetima there. You heard all he said. That is the mindset of the elite of northern Nigeria